What's poppin', guys? Guard Champion here, and this is the fifth video already in our Greatest of Paldea series. And in today's video, we are going to be featuring HP. Before I forget, the average HP stat for this entire team was a whopping 147. Our team's thick, all right? So, let's go over how I made these teams. 1. Paldean Pokemon only. 2. 1 Ruination, 1 Paradox, no exceptions. And last and foremost, each Pokemon can only be featured once in this series. So, if you're an overachiever and have a top 6 stat in multiple areas, Flutter Mane, you're SOL. Only be featured in one video. Gotta let other people shine. So, also guys, all the other videos will be in the description below if you like this video or if you like this series. So, hopefully you guys enjoy. Feel free to like, subscribe if you aren't already. And you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the video. Peace. Expecting a Tinkaton lead, I decide to go Clodsire. We can't be Thunder Waved, we resist the Giant Hammer, and then we can hit this thing back super effectively. So we check to see how many ground immunities they have on their team, and only Dragonite is immune luckily. So he knocks off our Black Sludge, as we decide to shake this earth with our cuteness, as he eats a berry. Which is kind of gross, because he just touched our sludge and then ate a berry without even washing his hands. That's kind of gross. So expecting a switch, we decide to recover as he sets up Stealth Rocks, which tells me he does not want to switch this thing out. So best thing to do is just go for an Earthquake. He sets up Reflect and decides he wants to live. So I decide to Earthquake again. It's super free. If Dragonite decides to come in, we can always Toxic it, so that way it doesn't get out of hand, as he takes a long time to decide what he wants to do. And he finally switches out, so he decided he wants to save the thing for a little bit later, as he sends in the Volk. As we Earthquake it, takes a little bit less from Reflect, and we are in a perfect position right now because we are the best Pokemon to go up against this thing. We are especially defensive, and we are completely unaware of any stat boost that happens. So now all that's left is just to Toxic Stone this thing. So I don't want to reveal Protect just yet. So we try to go for some damage, knowing that we can take some more hit, as he takes more poison damage. So here we go for the Recover, as he takes a minute to decide what he wants to do again. As he bops us with the Heat Wave, we live at 46, recover some health back, as the poison damage starts to get worse on his poor little Fire Moth bug, and Reflex wears off, which is fantastic. So here I reveal Protect, and Mothra goes down. And after so many freaking Earthquakes, finally, this Dragonite comes in. So here, we decide to Toxic, as this thing decides to Tera Normal, and then E-Speed us to kill us before we even get a chance to Toxic this thing. So, poor Clodsire, but you know what? He did good. So the crazy thing is, he reveals Life Orb. So either this thing is Inner Focus, or this person's just a big dummy. So I wanted to see for myself as we send out Iron Hands. we still are waiting a long time. So this is going to be a common thing. This guy's going to take a lot of time in between turns to figure out what he wants to do. So we end up scaring this thing out, and in comes the Garganachi, as we takes very little from that fake out. So we don't really have an answer for this thing, because nothing really wants to be Salt Cured, as we freaking crit a Drain Punch. That was so huge. That was so huge for this game. That crit was totally necessary to kill that thing. Let me tell you. So here, we get faked out ourselves. And unfortunately, this guy gets up another Reflect. But it doesn't freaking matter, because our big freaking meaty hands are able to punch the teeth out of this little Tooth Fairy. No hammer needed. In comes the Dragonite, and let me tell you, we're not scared. We got some big meaty hands. We're able to tank this extreme speed, punch this thing right in the freaking diamond, and get some very valuable health back. So, as he decides to roost, that proves to me that this is not the play, because he is only stalling out his own Reflect turns. So I'm just going to keep Drain Punching at this point, as we scare him out, and then in comes Palmy. And unfortunately, this is not a 2-hit KO. I don't have any stronger move, and I don't want to take any physical damage. So here I decide to switch into Titan on what I would think is a close combat, just to sack him. We take some Stealth Rock, as he decides to use some Necromancy. And just like in the Netflix show Sabrina, or the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Necromancy just never works out. Okay, so he decides to bring back the Moth, and it's not going to be good for him. It's just, don't mess with Necromancy. So the Reflect wears off, and so here we decide to get some last second chip, as we freaking survive a Brick Break thanks to our monstrous HP stat. And here he underestimates our HP as he tries to kill us with a Quick Attack, fails, and then we kill him with an Ice Shard. So it's the Titan just flexing with his massive HP stat. So now in comes the Scizor, and I decide to Earthquake, knowing we don't outspeed. And down goes the Titan. I'm trying to contemplate what to do here. So our best option here is our physical wall, Ting-Lu. First time actually using this thing. We are fully invested in HP and defense, so we can take whatever this thing wants to throw at us. So here, we tried to prove that his Necromancy is a bad thing, and so we set up some Stealth Rocks. And here, we decide to Terastallize ground defensively, so that way we don't get hit with a super effective Bug Attack or a possible fighting attack with close combat. So here we're just doing this to save ourselves, and it proves to be useful as we just get this thing right out of here. And then in comes the Dragonite. Takes a nice standard rock damage, unfortunately. And so here, expecting a roost, we decide to Ruination as he extreme speeds us, which doesn't do a whole lot. And he takes some Life Orb chip. That matters. And so now he's at a sliver of health, expecting a roost here. We go for another Ruination as he extreme speeds again. So he decides to throw this Pokemon, which I'm totally fine with, because this Pokemon was kind of a problem. I could have handled it, but it's much better that he's gone now. So we eat some leftovers as, we do nothing with our turn. Just sitting here with literal world on our head. It's a massive bowl of cereal, let me tell you. So, Necromancy, Bird, well, not Bird, Bug goes down. Meant to say bug. So here we decide to Ruination this thing as he starts setting up on us. Which is kind of silly, because this person must totally be unaware that we have a Dondozo in the back, who is unaware of all his dancing swords that he's trying to do over there in that side field. So we Ruination again, just to get as much damage off as possible, as we're continuing to eat our bowl of cereal. And he's still continuing to just swing around some swords. So, yeah, we take some more health out of him, eat some more cereal. Cereal's pretty good, except when you eat too much of it, which Ting-Lu apparently did, because the roof of his mouth must have been so cut up. Freaking Captain Crunch totally does that every time, which is why I don't eat it. So we send in our giant white yellow fish, and we're not afraid of some little tiny bug. So we easily tank that X-Scissor as we send that bug to the bottom of the ocean as we get the... So as some of you have probably noticed, we were unable to feature Dunsparce in this video. So therefore, we will probably have to use him in a video in the future here on the channel. So look forward to that. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Feel free to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you aren't already, and just have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you guys.